Hello everyone. So in our last video we discussed how we can inherit one class from another. So in our last video we discussed this manager class inherits employee class, so we can access method of employee class using object of manager class. So we will learn few more concepts related to inheritance. So in this class I have not created a init method, so let's suppose I create a init method here. Okay, every employee will have a name and EID, so I just put these instance variable in uh, uh, employee class. Okay, so now when I run this, now this init method is related to employee class only. I don't have it here. Okay, so now when I rerun this, and now I have to create object of employee and manager. So if I run this, I will get a warning here that I am not providing two inputs, name and EID. So let's provide it. So I will call it John with employee ID E1. So since init method is defined for employee class, I provided two input. So I will rerun this. Now it's giving me error here, manager also. That means I need to provide two input for manager also, even if I don't have init method in the manager. And the reason is, when you do an inheritance of employee class, this int method is also inherited if you don't have your own. If you have your own, then that's a different case, but if you don't have it, then init method of the parent class will be used. So here I need to provide two input, then only it will work. So that means if you don't have your own init method, parent class init method will be applicable for you. So now this will be working fine. Okay, so that is because this is the reason, because I have not defined init method for child class. Now let's define for child class also. Okay, manager is also is an employee. It has a name, EID, and I can add one more thing, a role. What is the role of this employee? So I can call it self.role, and let me call it role. Okay, so now I'm putting one extra because I can add it. This is a class and I can add as many as attributes I want. Okay, now two of them are same to the parent class and one is extra. Okay, so if I rerun this, now I will have a problem here. Now problem is here because now I need three parameters. So let's suppose here I give manager. Okay, now this class has its own init method, so which has three parameters, so it will not use the parent class init method. So if I rerun this, now this will work fine. Okay, so that is the concept related to init method. Now we see in the parent method, in the parent class we already have two of this name and email ID. Here I am repeating it again. Okay, so if I want, I can avoid it, because one of the objective of the inheritance is code reusability. I don't want to rewrite the same code again and again. Okay, so what I can do is I can call the init method of the employee class here, and to call that we can simply we can use one keyword called super. There is a keyword called super. We can use that. Super means it refers to the parent class. So if I say super dot init name and EID. So now what here I am saying is call the init method of the parent class. or superclass, which is parent, which initializes two attributes, name and EID. So there are three attributes. Two will be initialized using parent class and one by itself. So if I rerun this should work too. So like this, if you have 20 attributes in the parent class and you want to add 3 more, you don't have to write 23 lines. You can just write 1 and 3 extra lines. So that is one way of doing it. You can use super, or if you don't want to use super, you can also use class name. Instead of, you can say class name. Some people prefer super, some prefer, so you can also do this. Put the employee name. Some people prefer more class name because it gives them that I'm calling the init method of this class. Some people prefer super means parent class. So whichever, this both will work. Okay. So here I have a minor problem. Give me 1 minute. Okay, a minor problem is I'm seeing it here. Okay, it says it requires one positional argument. When you use class name, you have to give here self. That's the, and when you call super, because super, when we say super, we already know the class, we are calling its parent class. When you are directly calling, you have to use self. So now this error will go away. Okay, so there are two ways to use init method of parent class. Either use super or use a parent class name, and then, so the whole point of doing this is, if we have already defined some attribute in the parent class, we don't need to rewrite it in the child class. We can just use these techniques to use it. Okay, so I will stop here for this video. Thank you for watching.